Hello everyone. Thank you for watching this video today. My name is Jonathan Fussell, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the chronological consensus of amino acids, a multifaceted approach. I'd like to thank my research advisors, Dr. Blanco and Dr. Ricardo. I'd also like to give a big shout out to all my associates, Niadi, Amina, and Bawana. I could not have done this without you all. So our main research goal was the chronological consensus of amino acids, looking at the integration of amino acids into the genetic code. And we used this paper right here by E.N. Trifonov as sort of our starting point to answer a few questions. The first one is, the first goal is to better understand the order in which amino acids were integrated into the genetic code, like I just previously stated, to better understand protein evolution and how primitive life forms could have evolved and adapted, and then to better understand how life may arise elsewhere in the universe and our own solar system. Now, specifically with this study, I was looking at meteorite criteria. And if you look at these two pictures here, we're looking sort of almost zenith to the northeast. You'll see Orion right here. This is Betelgeuse, and then you'll notice this little slash right here in the sky. That is a meteorite falling to Earth. And you might be asking yourself, why is this so important to the chronological consensus of amino acids? Well, when we were looking at the paper, there was a criteria where amino acids delivered by meteorites may reflect prebiotic conditions and extraterrestrial origins of life. So why does this matter? Well, amino acid abundances have been found in meteorites on Earth, and we believe this may have contributed to the genetic code early in Earth's history. And we did this by using the Havel database created by Riley Havel, as you can see here. It was 121 samples collected from 99 unique meteorites with over 489 different studies conducted on it. This is just a small sample of the table that we were able to use and get data from. As you can see here, we have the meteorites, some of them very famous, like the Murchison meteorite, and then this is the section that has been categorized by L chirality, which we'll talk about in just a second. Now, of the meteorites, there was 121 samples, 38 of which were from the CM2 criteria, and this CM2 is categorized under the carbonaceous meteorites, otherwise known as carbonaceous chondrites. And you can basically just think of these as stony meteorites, as you can see over here. You have three main types. You have stony meteorites, stony iron meteorites, and then iron meteorites. And for this study alone, we were primarily looking at stony meteorites, so the stony iron and the iron meteorites won't necessarily affect us too much. And then you have some really unique meteorites that we were looking at as well, like Martian meteorites, possibly parts of Mars that broke off in the early formation of the solar system and made their way to Earth over millions and millions of years. Or this howardite, which could have possibly actually come from Vesta, one of the asteroids in the asteroid belt. In fact, this is the fourth largest one. And as you can see up here, it just breaks down to further clans and criteria, mainly right here, clans, and then some of these smaller subgroups. And so for the data filtering, we were trying to find the ones that best fit life as we know it. So we started with chirality, which chirality just means it's kind of like the mirror image of a molecule. And so here you can see we have L-alanine and D-alanine, both which we actually found in the meteorite samples, but primarily we're looking at L-alanine. And you might ask yourself, why is that so important for the chronological consensus of amino acids into the genetic code? Well, L-chiral molecules are the one that we primarily find in life as we know it. It's in you, it's in me, it's in all biological living organisms that we find here on Earth. And so further, we looked at hydrolyzed samples, and then we removed redundant units, getting rid of any data that was either null or not detected, or maybe it was just a trace amount, and then we removed non-canonical amino acids. So we're primarily just looking at the 20 amino acids that create up the human body. However, it should be noted that 230 had been found. And these were the 20 that we were talking about. These are all the ones that we can find in the genetic code. And the ones that we could find in this study were glycine, alanine, serine, threonine, valine, leucine, isoleucine, methionine, proline, glutamic acid, aspartic acid, and tyrosine. And the rest we were unfortunately not able to detect, or they were in trace amounts so small that it might have been an error. And so from this data, the data results suggest amino acids like glycine, alanine, and serine were delivered to early Earth via meteorites. In contrast, amino acids like histidine, lysine, and others, as previously mentioned, not found, may have formed later in Earth's history. And so the future directions of our study is really going to be bridging all of these different areas, including different areas that my colleagues have been working on, like prebiotic chemistry, complexity, molecule complexity, biochemistry, and astrochemistry. And so with this study, we're going to be looking at how can we build a timeline, how can we better deduce which amino acids came first and in what order. And I'd like to thank you all for your time. I'd like to thank Blue Marble Space Institute for having me this summer as a research associate, and it's been an incredible honor, and I'm looking forward to the future. Thank you.